Call roll.
Carol Wilford.
Here.
Levine. Here. Rick Flynn.
Here.
Will Hayes.
Here.
David Cox.
Here.
Al McAfee.
Here.
Ladonna Allen.
Here.
Roger Smith.
Here. Will you all please stand and join me in our pledge of allegiance and invocation? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would you pray with me? Eternal God, as we begin another session of the Carl Junction Board of Alderman, we ask that you arouse in our hearts a hunger and thirst for justice and peace so that our actions will be guided by the desire to secure justice and equality for every member of our community. It's in your most holy name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Rick. Next is approval of the agenda. Any comments, corrections, or changes to the agenda?
Make the motion, we approve the agenda as typed.
Second. Motion by Roger Spencer, second by Walter Hayes. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. In the affirmative, the agenda is approved. Next is the consent agenda, which is approval of the minutes of the last meeting on August 20th, and approval of disbursements. Are there any comments, corrections, or anything you want to say about the consent agenda?
I move we approve the consent agenda.
Second. Motion by Holly Levine, second by David Pyle, to approve the consent agenda as presented. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. In the affirmative, none opposed, that is approved. Next is public forum. Anyone wish to speak in public forum? Anyone at all wishing to speak at public forum? Last call for public forum.
You're number
What?
6.
Oh. What? Yeah, you're not on the agenda yet. Okay, if that's it, we'll move right along to the request from Carl Junction Area Chamber of Commerce to host a carnival at Frank Bean Park.
Sorry, I got really excited for a carnival.
Yeah.
The inner kid in me out.
It happens to everybody.
My name is Nick Howard from the Carlton Chamber. We were recently approached by the Great Plains Amusements out of Rush City, Oklahoma, to host a carnival here in town. So it's going to be a great opportunity for us. We would like to do it at Frank Bean. They only have one spot open next year, so the fact that they came to us means a whole lot for putting our town on the map. So right now the date is May 29th, 30th, and 31st. Thursday will be 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Friday will be 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. And then Saturday will be noon to 4 p.m. with a 2-hour break, and then 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Then they'll break down from that. It is a self-sufficient carnival. What they ask from us is they need the equivalent of 3 square blocks, 2 200-amp electrical units, and then water supply. So technically our game plan as of right now was to put the attractions at Frank Bean, use the grassy area to the west of the park and the fields for parking, and then we'd like to put their RVs at Pool House at the park. Like I said, I feel it's a great opportunity to put our town on the map, to kick off summer for the kids, to bring everybody together. It's going to help support the local businesses, local restaurants, but also bring the community together.
We have enough electricity.
We do down there. We have got 2 200-amp ones. It'll take a little bit of wiring, but they can.
29, 30, 30.
I'm sure they can handle that. So
That's
it is the reason they're before you is because code doesn't allow overnight in parks. So that's why you guys need to approve it because there will be overnight in those parks.
I love it. I think it's a wonderful idea. Jay, I see you making faces back there. What are your thoughts?
Sounds good to me.
I've got a couple questions, not to be a wet blanket, but are they going to rent the facility? Is there any kind of compensation?
So we pull a percentage, the chamber will pull a percentage of the profit from it, but we are not charging them to rent the facility since they bring their own RVs and everything like that.
I'm just thinking about like the power it would draw, but my only other thing is what about liability?
So they carry the master policy for the insurance, and we carry the secondary policy as well. Chase Craft has that covered on his end. And after talking with Steve, Carl Junction City will be named on the insurance policy as well, so it's a blanket policy.
Question, or does the Little League baseball and all that start then, or does it start after that? Or?
Man, that's
Get up the block.
that's a different area.
How's the bar? Oh, it is.
Well, we are talking about putting the attractions on the ball fields there. So I think looking at it time-wise, I thought being at the end of May, we would miss.
Well, you just have to coordinate it. with-
You just have to coordinate it with Mandy. And I had a conversation with her and she thought it was a great idea. No problem, they could work around it if it was just one weekend.
Okay.
So,
One weekend, I think most of them practice on Thursdays, and they don't do much on Friday or Saturday, so it'd be just Thursday that we'd have to navigate.
The only other thing is, what about the demand for the PD?
So they said, Great Plains said usually they just ask their the local officers to cruise through there a little bit more than normal. They don't have full 24/7 law enforcement on site. They said the only issue they've ever had in the past was usually between guests getting in altercations together.
Yeah, that's what I
And
meant.
then we did reach out to a couple different chambers that have dealt with them in the past, and the closest one to us size-wise was Commerce. They put on the Carnival for Commerce for the past 13 years, and they said they have absolutely no complaints. They've never had any issues whatsoever.
So we just need a motion.
I make a motion we allow the carnival.
Second.
Motion by Rick Finn, second by Holly Levine, that we allow the carnival on May 29th, 30th, and 31st at, what is it, Center Creek Park? Frank Dean Park, pardon me, Frank Dean Park. All those in favor, please signify by your right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 in favor, all opposed, same sign,
I'm going to abstain because I'm a member of the chamber board.
with one abstention. It passes 6-1 with one abstention.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Next are ordinances. First is ordinance approving an agreement with Algar Martin Associates for engineering for ARPA stormwater improvements.
Make a motion to put it on
First reading.
first reading, but I don't.
Second.
Oh, man.
Motion by Roger Spencer, second by Don Allen, to put this ordinance on first reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title?
In ordinance approving an agreement between the city of Carl Junction, Missouri and Algar Martin Associates Incorporated to provide professional engineering services to design and construct improvements to the city's stormwater system using funding from the Missouri Department of Natural Resources to the America Rescue Plan Act funding program, providing the terms and conditions thereof, and authorizing the mayor to execute said agreement for and on behalf of the city of Carl Junction, Missouri.
Discussion.
Go Kurt.
Go, Kurt.
Good evening.
Good seeing you again.
Alder Martin Associates, good to see y'all. Here to answer any questions you got. The city's fortunate enough to get a call from DNR to get some grant funding for two projects that you guys have been wanting to do for a while. Unfortunately, they got some tight timelines that won't allow us to get the big one into construction, but at least we'll get the design done. So, are you guys familiar with projects, or do I need to go over them?
We talked about it last meeting. This is the, between Cedar and Briarbrook Lane over in Ward 3, and that's the one that we'll be able to complete. And then the project downtown.
Yeah.
Right behind the drugstore and auto shop, that alley back through there that we need to get fixed.
Actually, it's the alley and then
Yeah.
going south and all the way down to Tom Station
Yeah,
Trail.
yeah.
So, yeah.
And that's the one that we won't have time to finish. It'll just be the engineering part.
Yeah, the funding says you've got to have it bid and under construction by the end of this year. And it's a big project. There's no way to get it designed, bid, and under construction by the end of the year. So all we do is get the design work funded, which they give us till October of 2026. That's our deadline on that, which is a big problem. But the hope would be that they don't spend that funding and they extend it, and we've got the plans done, and then they would allow us to bid it and construct it. But that's just hopes at this point.
Yeah, this is when we did all that and we were the first city out. And we had to wait until everybody had funds they didn't spend. And it was too late to do this completion on this.
But at least we get the plans done, put them on the shelf, and as some more funding comes, it's ready to go.
Any other questions?
Make a motion to put the ordinance on second reading by title only.
Second.
Motion by David Pyle, second by Roger Spencer, to put this ordinance on second reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title?
An ordinance approving an agreement between the city of Carl Junction, Missouri and Alvire Martin and Associates Incorporated to provide professional engineering services to design and construct improvements to the city's stormwater system using funding from the Missouri Department of Natural Resources with the America Rescue Plan Act funding program, providing the terms and conditions thereof, and authorizing the mayor to execute said agreement for and on behalf of the city of Carl Junction, Missouri.
Any further discussion?
We put this ordinance on final passage.
Second.
Motion by Donna Allen, second by David Pyle, to put this ordinance on final passage. This will be a hand vote to go to electronic voting. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. 8 in the affirmative, please vote electronically. 8 in the affirmative with no against. The ordinance passes. That is ordinance number
2426.
2426. Thank you. Next is an ordinance approving modification number 1 to the agreement with Algar Martin and Associates.
We put this ordinance on first reading by title only.
Second.
Motion by Donna Allen, second by Holly Levine, to put this ordinance on first reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title?
An ordinance approving modification number 1 to the agreement dated December 5th, 2017 between the city of Carl Junction, Missouri and Alvire Martin and Associates Incorporated to provide professional engineering services for the city of Carl Junction as authorized by the city of Carl Junction at the hourly rates provided in said agreement, providing the terms and conditions thereof, and authorizing the mayor to execute said modification number 1 for and on behalf of the city of Carl Junction, Missouri.
Discussion.
Same.
This, these were both requested by DNR to kick off,
Get the funding.
to get the funding from.
We have to send in these approved agreements.
Okay. Any other questions?
We put this ordinance on second reading by title only.
Second.
Motion by Donna Allen, second by Holly Levine, to put this ordinance on second reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title?
An ordinance approving modification number 1 to the agreement dated December 5th, 2017 between the city of Carl Junction, Missouri and Alvire Martin and Associates Incorporated to provide professional engineering services for the city of Carl Junction at the hourly rates provided in said agreement, providing the terms and conditions thereof, and authorizing the mayor to execute said modification number 1 for and on behalf of the city of Carl Junction, Missouri.
Any further discussion?
Make a motion to put the ordinance on final passage. Second.
Motion by David Pyle, second by Walter Hayes, put this ordinance on final passage. This is a hand vote to go to electronic voting. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. 8 in the affirmative, please vote electronically. The ordinance passes 8 yeses, none opposed. That is ordinance number.
2427.
Thank you. Moving right along, next is reports. First is the administration report. Any comments, questions for the city administrator? Nothing? Nothing for the city administrator? A lot of stuff on there. Okay, very well, and we'll move on to department reports. PD, any questions? Where'd Mark go?
That's a question.
Well, yep, there he is. Okay. Any questions for the police department? The question was, where's Elmo? Anything for the chief? See his report here?
Were the people that got arrested, were they local people or are they like coming into town?
One was local, other one's semi-local, bouncing between Joplin and Webb City. One was not local. In fact, she had warrants from, I think, 3 other states before coming here, so.
Lots of warrants.
Lots and lots of warrants. Anything else for the chief? Yes, Carol.
I had a neighbor tell me today that he was tired of people running the 4-way stop at Verbrick and Wise. And I've noticed a lot of that too, but he wanted me to bring that up and see if we could get something to, somebody to watch it every once in a while and watch people run the stop signs from all directions.
Is a four-way stop really needed there?
It's a good idea, but today, what really fired him up was, and I saw the guy doing it too, some pickup started down by the school, and by the time he went through that four-way stop at Verbic and Wise, he was probably doing 50 or 60. I mean, he was flying and didn't even attempt to slow down.
After school,
No, it was during school hours. It was later, and it was getting close to closing time.
Anything else? Very well then, we'll go on to Public Works. Any questions for Jay? Moving right along on the walking path.
Yeah, we didn't get too much done last week, and too many other things going.
Oh, it looks great though.
Looks
what I've
great.
seen. It looks really good.
Anything for Jay at all? Very well. I guess we got a court report. Some comments on that. Don't have a building inspector's report, I don't believe. Do we?
That'll be next.
Next session, okay. Committee reports, budget and finance.
We have the audit report has been prepared and is ready for presentation. So we need to set up a date and time we can receive the audit report. And he is available the week of September 23rd. If there is a certain day of the week. We usually do those in the afternoon since he has to come present them.
I could do Monday, the 23rd, like in a afternoon spot, if I'm out of there by 3:30.
Does that work for,
We do have a meeting on the 24th.
yeah, if we got it on the 23rd, then we could discuss anything the next night, but what about you guys? Walt, is that good for you?
What was the date again?
The 23rd?
23rd?
Monday, the 23rd.
Yes, I'm good.
Holly, what would be the earliest? Because I know you've got the,
I think at 2 o'clock would be okay.
does that work for you guys? Elena, you want to see if he can set it up for the 23rd at 2?
Yep, I will.
And then if that changes, we'll have plenty of time to publish it if it's a different time.
Email him tomorrow.
And that's all I have for budget unless anybody has anything.
Any questions for budget? Very well then, code and nuisance. Rick,
I don't think so.
anything for Rick? Human resources, Roger?
Nothing at this time.
Anything for Roger? Public facilities, David?
Nothing this evening.
Anything from public facilities? Just the
Uh,
new playground is just going
yeah.
over great.
That's what I was gonna say. Been very busy.
It's been really busy.
Doing good.
I drove by on my way here this evening and it was, I don't know if you could have gotten another kid on the way. It was packed.
Yep. Anything else for David? Economic development, Holly?
I'd like to set a meeting for next Thursday, the 12th, around 3 o'clock. I haven't checked that with Steve though. Are you available?
That's Walter and Rick and Steve and Crystal and me. Anybody else that wants to join?
I don't know where I'll be at the 12th. So their mama might be.
Steve,
cooking up a
Crystal?
bunch.
I'm good.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so let's do, September 12th at 3 PM, please. Everyone invited. Thank you.
Good. That's also Grandparents' Day, but I think that's in the morning.
I'm not a grandparent, so I won't celebrate.
I am. But not only conflict. That's always in the morning.
I'll loan you some.
No, I got too many. Anything else for Holly? All right, then we'll go to unfinished business. Carol?
No.
Walter?
No, sir.
David?
Nothing, sir.
Donna?
Nothing.
I don't have any unfinished business. I got some old business though. I'd like to wish Mr. Talley a happy birthday.
You shouldn't have said old business.
I thought it was this week.
No,
Oh.
it's
Couple weeks. I'm
a
sorry.
meeting that you scheduled later in the month.
Oh, that one?
Believe
Okay.
me, I am not.
Okay, he's not
I'm
old. He's not
going
old yet.
there
Okay. Take it all back. Take it all back.
But thank you.
Thank That's right, I remember that. I'm old too, see, I forget things. I have nothing then. Roger?
I got something for Steve.
Yes, sir.
What are they gonna do about our basketball court? All they've done is went out there and spread the gravel, staked it out, and that's it. We haven't seen hide nor hair of it.
No, he's working on this project up here too at the same time.
I thought he was done with this one.
I did too.
No, he doesn't have the striping or the logos put in yet. And he's got, I think he might have one more coat of base to put on.
But I know Jay's people probably would appreciate it because they're probably getting in the gravel out there. Well, I was looking at. Okay, that's all I have.
So, yeah. Rick?
Nothing, sir.
Bob?
Nothing.
Holly?
One thing, the car show for the police for the Shop of the Cop is moved from October 5th to October 12th.
Anything else? Mr. Kelly? Elena? Crystal? Steve?
No, sir.
Jay?
They started on the playground equipment today, and when I was down there speaking with them, I told them that we really need it done the week before bluegrass.
Okay. Tight schedule.
Yeah, it's tight schedule. He thought he could do it.
Okay, good. Hope so. Mark?
Holly stole it.
New business. Holly?
Yes, sir.
Bob?
No, sir.
Rick?
No, sir.
Roger?
No.
I have nothing. Ladonna?
I done my
David?
thing. No, Mayor.
Walter?
No, sir.
Carol?
No, sir.
Mr. Talley? Lena?
No, sir.
Crystal?
No, sir.
Steve?
No, sir.
What?
Wow. That's a record. Jay, any new business?
No, sir.
Mark? Is there any other business for the council?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Holly Levine, second by Roger Spencer, that
There
we
you go.
adjourn. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. Eight in the affirmative. We are adjourned. Thank you all for attending. We really appreciate that. Get all your friends to come next meeting.